Thomas Harriot was an English astronomer and mathematician. He accomplished many things in his lifetime, but very little is actually known about him outside of a few known letters and 8,000 pages of his research he left behind. He never craved fame or recognition, just to learn and live happily. In his lifetime, Thomas made several significant scientific discoveries that others would later receive the credit for. Once his research was discovered, he would eventually become known for his work related to the law of refraction, which today is known as Snell's law. One of the few known correspondence about his work was with German astronomer Johannes Kepler. Kepler had been working on the nature of light and vision when he received word that Thomas had unraveled two of his mysteries. One of his experiments helped create the fledgling general laws that govern the motion of everyday objects. This was nearly half a century before Isaac Newton developed the definitive laws of motion. Had he published his work, he could have pushed scientific research forward by at least 50 years. He was so ahead of his time that he was able to develop a completely symbolic form of algebra before Descartes and discovered binary arithmetic before Gottfried Leibniz. In 2008, Thomas Harriot's work on gravity would be fully reconstructed by the German scholar Matthias Schemmel. Schemmel points out that Thomas and Galileo essentially had access to the same information, which makes it easy to see how they could have come to the same conclusions at the same time. Thomas never published his information. Galileo, on the other hand, did, which just happened to be after Harriot had passed away. Since the discovery of his papers, scholars have called him things like the English Galileo to the greatest British mathematical scientist before Newton.